The ketogenic diet, the miracle diet for fast weight loss. But what is it all about? Is it really good for you? Is it bad for you? Let's take a quick look into it. Hi guys, Charan Kapan here, founder of Ytalife, and today we'll take a quick look into the ketogenic diet. Now, what is the ketogenic diet? Essentially, it's a very low carbohydrate diet, and generally the total amount of carbs consumed comes below 50 grams. You can even take it a lot further than that, 30, 20, even less than 10 grams in certain cases. Now, during this time of severe carbohydrate restriction, your body starts producing another alternative source of fuel called ketones. This occurs through the process of ketosis. Now, because our body is a highly energy demanding machine, the brain and the organs, they all require a lot of energy. The ketones can supply pretty good fuel to all these organs. But mind you, there are still a few cells in our bodies, like the red blood cells, that still require glucose, which comes from carbohydrates, to function properly. So even if you don't consume any carbohydrates, your body still produces glucose through a process called gluconeogenesis. Now, how do you do the ketogenic diet? I'll start with one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of people make on the ketogenic diet is that they consume too much protein. You see, in the ketogenic diet, what we are trying to do is keep the insulin levels pretty low. It's only when the insulin levels are low that your body can use your fat for energy and create ketones out of it in the liver. Too much protein can actually spike your insulin. So ideally in the ketogenic diet, around 70% of your calories should come from fat, and 25% should come from protein, and around 5% from carbohydrates, mainly fiber. Make sure that you're getting your fat from healthy fats like coconut oil, some animal fats, fatty fish, egg yolks, olive oil and stuff like that. And avoid the vegetable oils and trans fats. Although they are fats, they're not really healthy. Is the ketogenic diet safe? Well, high levels of ketones in the body can lead to a condition called ketoacidosis. Now, this is dangerous and can be fatal. But the number of people that have reported this online, of course, is very few. Now, I've done the ketogenic diet in early 2017 for about 6 months. I had my ketone levels measured, my pH and my blood glucose, and I did not have any of such issues. Obviously, I don't speak for all. Now, is it healthy? Now, at Ytalife, we don't promote any diets simply because they're not sustainable. Now, that being said, if the ketogenic diet is done correctly with the essential fats, optimal amounts of protein and carbohydrates, it can help you lose weight pretty fast. Now, the number one reason that people do this is because it helps you lose weight, correct? But there are two main issues with this. Number one would be the excess consumption of protein, animal protein to be precise. You see, too much of protein, and animal protein too, can activate a pathway in your body called the mTOR. Now, mTOR is good for growth, but excess of it can accelerate your aging process. Now, the second factor is, of course, the sustainability issue. A lot of our clients who had tried the ketogenic diet a lot earlier than before joining Ytalife had mentioned that how once they stopped this diet, they put on a lot of the weight back on. Now, this is because they were very strict and not having any carbs. And when they started getting back into the carb system, they found it a bit too difficult and they put on a lot of the weight. But the state of ketosis is very healthy for our bodies, and we need this in fact. But there are other ways to attain this, like intermittent fasting or prolonged fasting, and also being fat adapted. Now, a healthy body does produce ketones in moderation. The levels keep spiking up when you sleep at night, and then they go down during the day. If you're fat adapted, then your body is efficient at burning fat as well as glucose for energy. They don't work simultaneously, of course, but your body should be easily transitioning into the state of ketosis and out of it. This is for a healthy individual, of course. Now, a ketogenic diet may not be the healthiest because it's too restrictive. Now, this can affect your mind state and when you're socializing with people. Now, you wouldn't want that, right? There are also several other components to be considered, such as your biochemical individuality and genetic variability as well. Now, there are many athletes that advocate to the ketogenic diet where they cyclically follow the ketogenic diet. But you got to understand that these are athletes, and most of the time their diets are pretty strict and they're pretty focused and disciplined. Their nutrition, workouts, everything is accounted for. So comparing that to an everyday man's life would not be the best idea. If you're trying to lose weight, we recommend that you try a low carb nutritional approach with moderate amounts of protein and healthy fats. If you start living healthy, you'll start feeling healthy, and this will also become a cycle of its own, a good cycle. So it's better not to try some rigid diet even if you want fast results, because long term it may not be consistent. Remember guys, sustainable results over anything else. What are your thoughts on the ketogenic diet? Let us know in the comments.